you. All of the things you said to me, it seems like you like me too.
Welcome to Kid and Wit Venture. On this video, it will be different than our video in the past. So, for you already subscribed, must be already know because our past video is usually about adventure and road trip. In this video, we are going talking about our chicken and our new pheasant. Kid have been looking for pheasant for months, and finally we decide to buy them. And you can see his face looks so happy and glowing because he got what he want. So stay tuned and what happened with our patient. Welcome home.
I remember being so happy letting the birds out. Uhtred, a Lady Amherst pheasant you just saw, and then Steve, who is a golden red pheasant. They're young birds and two females. They're all young birds about a year old, and the male birds were just starting to get their adult feathers. Daily ritual, here's Wee Wee feeding. It's feeding time. These guys follow her around like a mother hen. A few weeks later, I was able to get a pair of silver pheasants. You can see Eli with the big white tail right here, and Solara, his mate.
One day I noticed something wrong with our pheasant. They didn't move much and their eyes closed, puffy, and breathing not right. Look like have a flu or COVID. So I asked Kid to check what is going on with them.
There's our coop. But this other gal right there seems to be lethargic, and see her neck is squatted down? Yeah, she's starting to sleep. So that's a sure sign. I'm gonna have to separate her. Okay. This was just the tip of the iceberg. Once a flu or a disease goes through a flock, it happens very quickly. It spreads from one bird to the other from little droplets, just like COVID. And after that was the birds became very ill. I separated them as much as I could in a separate coop we had. I had to catch each one to be able to separate them, and then we took them to a veterinarian. It's kind of hard to hold the camera and do this. Yeah, he knows I'm after him. We took several of the birds to a veterinarian. It was very difficult to find a veterinarian that specialized in exotic birds. We had to transport the birds 70 miles each way to a veterinarian in Sacramento. The veterinarian gave us a regime of antibiotics to give to the birds with syringes. She was not very hopeful that the birds would survive this because they were very ill. We started a twice daily regime of the medicines for the birds. We were about 4 days into the regime, and this is where we started filming. I thought you guys might like to see what we have to go through twice a day. The stronger these birds get, the more radical they are about taking these things. These poor guys really have had some hard times. So we're going to pull them out of here and try and hold them while we give the stuff to them. They don't like it, so here we go. Who's first?
The female was in the front.
Whoa!
See the eyes is better.
Much better. Okay.
Where's the
Yeah, antibiotic first. Yeah. The doctor had given us an antibiotic called doxycycline and also another medicine called loxacomb, which is used to settle the bird's stomach once you give the doxycycline to them. Then we would add water and wash out their eyes with a solution. This process had to be repeated twice a day for all 6 birds for 14 days. After about 4 days, we could see the birds were getting stronger. Their eyes were open so they could begin to see and get around, and they fought quite a bit when we gave them their medicine. But they weren't out of the woods yet. This bird, for instance, ended up dying 2 days later.
I didn't put the water.
Okay, put her water.
Put the ice.
There she is.
Wait, kids, the ice. The another one. This look better now. The ice is open.
Got it? There you go, sweetie.
Oh my goodness. Damn.
One down.
Ultra stronger now.
God,
His
feathers
eyes,
everywhere.
his eyes open now.
This is Uhtred. He's a Lady Amherst, but very young. He hasn't got all his feathers yet. His eyes are open now.
Much better.
But he's skinny. Okay.
This is the one. Okay.
There you go, buddy. You can see his eyes are still swollen. Okay. One more. Okay. This is Steve. He's a golden red. And his eyes all messed up. See? Poor guy. There you go, buddy. Yeah.
In the garbage.
Okay. Fun and excitement on the farm. This is day 7.
Hey,
So we're going to hit the halfway point, and the birds are definitely getting stronger. They're starting to really not like this. So here we go, day 7. He hates this.
I have to take the money from water.
Hey, I think we're at day 9 or so.
This look good though.
And I noticed the small female is starting to get sick, and unfortunately Eli, the big giant silver pheasant, is getting sick. So I'm building a pen on the inside to separate the birds, but for right now we're going to give her first dose, and I definitely will run out because they're at least 4 times bigger than these birds. So we'll catch Eli in a few minutes. See, it's going to start to look like this now that we have to be putting these inside their mouths. So here we go. There she is. You can see her eyes getting a little better. Yeah, I know.
Shut up. Shut up. You are so roughy.
You make me nervous.
You got it?
Think I might have done you.
Got stuck.
Over there.
I love the things you said to me. It
Sorry,
seems
like.
Your eyes look good.
you like me too.
So as part of this ongoing saga, as you can see, we've got this entire area is fenced in, and we've got it so nothing can dig underneath. Wire goes down and out and is buried so nothing can dig in. After the bobcat incident, now I'm going to build a door and we'll have a new home for these guys. So that's my project today. It was an incredible amount of work to be able to get these birds nursed back to health. Here's Steve right now in his full colors, and he's showing off to his females. It's mating season. Seems to be doing quite well. Eli is doing just fine. He integrates with the chickens, His mate Solara, unfortunately, was killed by a raccoon reaching in between the wires of the fence. Uhtred, the Lady Amherst male, is doing just fine with his females. They have their independent cage, and he's healthy and has all his full feathers, as you can see here. We get a lot of enjoyment from these birds, and it takes a lot of our time in between our trips that we do. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little bit different episode for Keith and We Adventures, and we will see you on our next video on the road.
Don't forget subscribe and ring the bell button so you got notification on next video. Ciao!